So over the years at Pacific Northwest Fertility, I've seen so many complicated infertile couples and patients, but I've found that one of the hardest conversations to have is about conceiving using a donated egg.
I do feel that patients are ready, at least ready to explore when they come in. They've had a little bit of time to look at options, to have some heartfelt conversations before I meet with them, with their partner, with their family. Some patients, as as you take care of, are completely ready because it's medically indicated, and so those are a little easier. However, everybody has the same sort of concerns when they come in. Who are these women that donate their eggs? Are they going to be like family to us with the baby they help us create? Can I find someone that's going to give us a baby that fits into our family? So it really does center around family and their definition and creation of a family. But there is definitely some grieving that takes place because we do not grow up thinking about, oh, what will my donor be like? Right? We think about our kids and our own sense of self and our hair color and our height and what we value. And so when you're able to sit down and talk and really talk about, well, what are your values for your family and what's most important to you, you're still going to be able to provide that for your child. So finding that donor that meets the other characteristics becomes less and less important as they redefine what being a mom is going to be for them, and that's having a baby and having a healthy baby. And it's exciting, but it takes everybody a different amount of time to get to that point.
Women who are in their 40s and certainly over 42 should probably start their fertility evaluation knowing that they may very well need to conceive using a donated egg. There are a lot of options available for those couples, but we know clearly that the most cost-effective way for any woman in their 40s to conceive is with donated egg. So it's nice to talk about both right from the beginning, to say this is what it would look like if you did some inseminations, if you did IVF, if you did it with embryo biopsy and chromosomal screening, this is what it would look like. If you conceive with donor egg, this is how much each one of them costs, so that they can value the best way to go for themselves. But most people, practically speaking, when they're in their mid-40s, need to conceive with a donor egg. It's difficult to understand that. On television, in the magazines, you see tons of actresses who have conceived in their late 40s, even 50, and say, isn't it wonderful to be a mother in your late 40s? And they give the public the impression that they conceived with their own egg, and likely they didn't. Likely they had to use a donated egg in order to have a child.
So one of the really nice things about the egg donor option for families, regardless of their age, but particularly for the folks in their mid-40s, is the idea of building a family and having the option for genetic siblings. That becomes very appealing when you sit down to look at what's our goals for our family. Would we like to have 2 children? We typically do single embryo transfers. And so if they're interested in 2 children, that means in a couple of years they might be back to have another baby. And most people have the preference to have their children genetically related if that's possible. If they have unused embryos from their first cycle, within a year or 2 after delivery of a singleton, more than half, probably closer to 70% of folks will come back and try for that sibling.
So one of the things that is nice for patients to know is that the success rate with donor egg is not really dependent on your age. And women who are 41, 42 and trying their best to conceive with their own eggs feel so rushed to go through the process. But if that's not working, they really have all the time in the world to move forward with donor egg. And we think it really helps to step back and spend some time thinking about it. And we can certainly help women and their partners to talk about it, but we also reach out sometime to counselors who specialize in the area of infertility to help our patients understand what it means to be a mother when you conceive with a donated egg.
So some couples that come in are ready, and by ready, I mean they have done their research, their homework, they've looked at their resources. They have not been successful on their own. They've been referred to Pacific Northwest Fertility for donor egg for our programs that we have to offer, and they are ready to start their family. They choose not to try IVF, maybe because they've looked at the success rates and they understand that they're low for whatever reason, and they are fully embraced, ready to find their donor and build their family.